What's happening? I'm so happy to have you here today. Come on in. It's Wednesday. This is the day that typically in the middle of the week when everything is just going crazy, that simple question, what can I do, comes to mind. If you haven't ever tried that, try that today. When you get stuck in your tracks or you can't figure out what you want to do, just take a pause, take a breath and go, okay, what can I do? I promise you, I know it sounds simple, but I promise you, if you do that seriously, the answer is going to come to you. You'll find a way. You always do. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. Today, a couple of productivity hacks for you. There are so many. I don't like to spend a lot of time on productivity hacks. If I do, it's going to be just the ones that will really make a big difference in your life because as I've joked about so many, many times, you have any idea how much time you can waste Googling the word how to be more productive or productivity. It's crazy. There's so many ways to be productive these days. The other day, I decided to get a little bit more productive on a couple things. So I just tiptoed into the world of like, okay, well, let me try it. Let me get out there and see what's there. You know, watch a few videos and check out a few apps and see if there's something new. There's nothing new. There's just a different way and there's more complexity. That's it. I can't tell you how many things I say, done, out of here, gone, because I'm going to spend the next 3 months trying to learn to be more productive. No, just go be productive. We're going to talk about that today. So if you got a productivity problem, and when I say problem, I'm not talking about being more productive. I'm talking about trying to figure out how to be more productive. We just want to be effective, and this is going to help you do it today. My name's Scott Smith. Good to have you here today. Thank you for stopping by. As we play around a little bit and do our thing, this is our 17th season. The show, I set the goal years ago to do 5,000 episodes. I think I've done more than that. I think I actually hadn't counted properly sometime. You know, when you've been around 17 years, you don't get everything right. You make a few mistakes. I think I'm beyond that. But in any case, officially, the count we did put on it will be about a year and a half from now when I get to 5,000 episodes. Now, what will happen after that? No, I'm not really clear on that yet. We'll see. Until then, I just keep showing up and talking. How's that? Productivity hacks. How do we get more productive? So let's just be real honest before I start today. You don't want to be more productive. You just don't want to be. Please do not get out of bed. How do I get more done today? There's only so much you can get done. You want to be effective. So yes, some things you have to do yourself, but most of what you need to get done, you can get somebody else to do or you don't need to do. So I do not want you. You're not allowed around me if you just want to get more done every single day because you're going to bore me. Or I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's very likely that if you become that kind of person around me, I'm going to let you be as productive as you want to be. I'm going to sit here and have a list 10 miles long to keep you moving. I actually joked with my wife this morning about that. She's folding clothes at 6 a.m. in the morning. I said, man, you'd be the perfect employee. I just give you a list and you just keep going all day long, right? She goes, yep, that's what I do. Man, I'm the worst employee because I won't do that because I'm going to be more effective. We'll talk about that today. So being more effective. It's time that we stop seeking that productivity thing. And for one reason and one reason only. Ready for it? It's too much work. How long can I do this? I'm working too hard. This is crazy. I can't keep up with this. How's that productivity thing working for you? More efficiency? Maybe. Efficiency is like productivity, right? Effective is what you want, as I just mentioned. So a couple of ideas. Number one, here's the first thing. Put it into the meetings. Say no to meetings if you possibly can. If you must, keep them short, keep them sweet. That's it. Be ruthless. I know some of you are working in companies where you get your stand-ups and you got your meetings all day long every day. Some of you are in management positions where you're taking these meetings all day long and you got to get work done too. Guess what? That's what they do. If you don't like it, if you got too many meetings, you got to get out of the meetings, meaning get another job, go up the ranks. But wait, the CEO of my company is always talking to people all day long. He's in endless nonstop meetings. Yes, but he's not doing anything else because he's telling you to do it. Say no to meetings. And I really, truly mean this. You don't have to do 99% of the meetings you think you have to do. There are some exceptions if you've taken on that role. Are some exceptions. So don't hear me wrong here. But for most people, you're pretending. Oh, let's get on a Zoom call. No, don't do that. Number two, delay paying attention to incoming communication. It's nothing more than somebody else's to-do list. Do your stuff. You've heard all this stuff before. Hey, check your email before lunch and before you go home. Don't check social media. I get it. It's all, we can just spend a day. Just don't do it. Walk in the morning. You probably don't have the life I do. I walk in the morning. I literally have my days completely free. I have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing on my calendar. So when I walk in the morning, I walk into my desk, and you think at 7 a.m., the first thing I'm going to do is check the emails and check on socials? No. First thing I do is get a cup of coffee, pet the dog, say hi to my wife, and, well, not necessarily in that order, dial in and do what I need to do. So stop it. This incoming communication is just more on your to-do list. If not for the moment keeping you busy, then they're going to give you something to pay attention to. You're going to have to go do it. Don't get distracted. So dump all the meetings possible. By the way, just so you have a little bit of insight here, I do take scheduled meetings on a Wednesday. I currently have 4 hours of scheduled meetings on a Wednesday, leaving, 4 to 6 hours or whatever, 2 hours left, whatever I end up doing. But if somebody wants to meet with me, then it's going to be on a Wednesday, and I'm going to squeeze them in. Wait a second, Scott, that means you won't talk to anybody on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? Sure I will. If it's productive, if it's moving in the direction I wanted to go, if it's something I really need, yes, I will absolutely do that. I will talk to an entrepreneur, I'll talk to an advertiser, I'll talk to all kinds of people if I must do that to move forward. I am not going to waste my time. Otherwise, it's on a Wednesday. Delaying that communication. Just don't do it. They'll wait, trust me. Let's have a conversation. Long time ago, I had a learning, as my friends in Italy would say. And the learning is very simple, and maybe you're having this happen right now if you're working for somebody else. I was a freelancer, and I noticed that every Friday at somewhere around, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, about the time I was ready to take off for the weekend, I get a phone call or get an email from 1 or 2 clients, and they would have a great idea, and they would ask if they could have it on Monday. And for a long time, because I thought that I had to make the paycheck, and I thought that I had to do it, I would give up my entire weekends, be stressed out all weekend long to deliver it on Monday, and it was always a halfway effort because I didn't want to do it. And then, you know what I did one day? I started firing those clients. They couldn't believe I did it because it's like, wait a second, I'm paying you and you're firing me? Don't want you in my life. Got rid of it. Found somebody who was nicer than that. Who did I find? Somebody who would contact me on Monday and give me some warning that they needed something. It was much better. Number 3, daily interruptions. Okay, Doc, let's talk about interruptions for a second. Come here. Welcome to the world of Scott Logic. Pow! It's the Scott Logic Labs where I try every single thing that you've ever tried in your life, figured it out and said, that sucks. We're not going to do that anymore. So let's talk about daily interruptions. And let's give you some real truth that you may or may not like. They never go away. They will always be there. Now, you can minimize, with a little planning, you can minimize them. The more you simplify your life, the more interruptions go away. The more you plan, the more you get a routine in order, the less interruptions you will have. But the truth is you're always going to have interruptions. So what do? Plan for them. Like I said, I walk in the morning here. I get here at 6, 7 o'clock, start working. I may be interrupted. And I may have to stop for a minute and deal with it. Cool. Not going to break my focus. I go right back into it. It's going to happen. Expect how you will handle it. Many times when I get an interruption, it's like, can we talk about this afternoon? Yes, we can do that. Boom. I'm done. Back on track. It's going to happen. But don't build interruptions into your life like a lot of you guys do. You're just a never-ending interruption generator. Wait a second, Scott. That's not positive. I know. I'm a real life kind of guy. If you were to sit down at a coaching call with me, I might scare you. I'm nice, but I'm going to speak the truth and tell you. I'm going to read between the lines and tell you what you're already thinking, and you're going to go, yep, he busted. You don't need a coach. Although you can hire me sometimes if you want to. You don't need it. Just be honest with yourself. How about the 4th one? We're running long today. Is that okay if I go a little bit longer here? Kind of on the flow. I'm annoying some people. I understand that. But you know what? This annoying thing has worked out okay for me. And I've tried not to be annoying, but it doesn't work that way. But you're such a nice guy, Scott. Yeah, an annoyingly nice guy. Never schedule more than 50% of your day. That will give you time for those interruptions or those meetings that pop up. And I'm just going to speak the truth to this one right now, that some of you have got your calendars and your diaries. Every single minute of the day is just filled up, and you are talking to me and paying me a whole lot of money trying to figure out how to get your life together. And I tell you, get that stuff off your calendar. I can't do it. Yes, you can. 50% of your day is all you want to do. And yes, you may have to work into it to get there. You may be very busy right now. You might have to make some changes. Because I'll be honest with you, right? You can't take, it is what it is. You got to work within the system. If whatever system you're in right now is requiring 80%, 90% meetings all day long, it's not going to change. You're going to have to find a new system to get in. Oh, wow, Scott Logic. Number 5, no more multitasking. We've talked about this before. I'll talk about it again. Not going to go into a lot of detail with it because there is real science behind this. If you're trying to do focused items, too many focused items at the same time, all you're doing is switching gears. That's all you're doing. Yes, you can do multitasking like crazy. You can chew gum and walk. You can drive. You can talk on the phone. You can cook and watch TV. You can do, there's all kinds of things you can do. That's stuff that's embedded in your brain. Been there a long time. It's easy. It's long-term memory. It's habitual. You can do it without thinking about it. But anything you got to think about, it's one thing and one thing only. So real quick, went a long time on this. Lots of insight here. You might want to listen to this 4 or 5 times. You pull a few nuggets out of there, I'm sure. No meetings, if possible. Pull them back. I would literally mean no. Just make it no until you have to, then do it. Delay incoming communication. Put it off. Delay daily interruptions are not going to go away. Just minimize and plan. Never schedule more than 50% of your day, and no more multitasking. You do those 5 things and your life will massively change. Can it happen today? Can it happen tomorrow? Some of it, yes, it can. But it happens when you get the discipline and the awareness to make it happen. And I just make you this promise. It may take you a couple of months to work toward it. It's not going to happen completely overnight. But eventually, you'll have this very controlled, very cool life that you'll like. And people will wonder how you do it. And then they'll start saying, I want to be like you. How'd you do it? So go for it. All right, let's tell you about Facebook. Just go there and see me on Facebook, dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Going to start some more social media here soon. We have people, because you know my feeling about social media. So I said, if you'll help me, I'll do it. And so I've got some people coming in to help me with that. And the YouTube thing, I've got some people coming in to help me with that. But I am doing Daily Boost Premium. I'm doing this commercial free and sending you emails and text messages and doing coaching calls with you if you're part of my premium membership. That's why we call it premium. You get some perks. Just go to dailyboostpremium.com. Otherwise, come on back tomorrow. We're going to do this thing called the Daily Boost one more time. Well, not one more time, just again.